Still going, and we're live.
Hey, how are you, Brett?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am actually in the middle of like dinner and unpacking my classroom. It's a big mess. I literally just walked through the door, but I could not be more excited to talk to you about everything that you have going on. So thank you for making the time. This is my class, yeah.
Oh wow, it's awesome.
Thank you. It's a mess. I just bought
Yeah.
new chairs. Do you want to see them?
Sure.
All right, Jason's sitting in one right now, but he'll hop up. Let's see. There he is.
Hey, Jason.
There's the chair.
Lovely. Very nice. Wow. So, are you building and designing this entire class?
I am. It's a huge mess.
Oh
So
my
you can
God.
see.
Wow. But when do the kids start?
Tuesday, and it'll be done. It'll be finished, I promise.
Sure it will. I'm
It
sure it
doesn't
will.
look like it, but it will.
Awesome.
So how are things going? You guys have a lot going on.
Yeah. Everything's great. We had a really exciting day. So, let's see. I guess I could jump right in. So, for a really long time, teachers have asked for ways to get students and parents to engage back with them. And we never really focused on building it because, well, number one, we just wanted to build out the core product and make it simpler. And we finally, a few months ago, hit a point where we felt like we achieved that. And we needed to figure out a way to allow students and parents to safely engage back with teachers. And that's why we built Stamps. And that's what we launched earlier today, which we're super excited about. And so what it basically allows, what it basically allows is a way for a teacher to say anything. So they could say, what did you think of yesterday's field trip? And the students or parents on the mobile app can engage back with structured data. And so they can click a check, or they can click an X, or they can click a question mark, or even a star. And so the teacher can get the aggregated view within a matter of like 3 to 5 seconds. So we're really excited about it. So it'll be like the first time that they can respond back. Does that make sense?
Well, you and I have spoken about this before, and I was like promised to secrecy. So yeah, it makes total sense to me, and I'm super excited about it. But for those hearing about it for the first time, just to kind of, because I remember when I was hearing about it for the first time, I was like, okay, wait, so from a teacher end, what is this going to be like? And then I always think, too, from the receiving end, from either the student or the parent, like, what is this going to be like? So Remind is like a free text messaging platform that's safe and secure so that I can notify, I'm second grade, so I can notify my parents of spelling words or pictures throughout the day in real time, and really just messages. And forever it's been just one way, which is nice because especially if you teach upper school and you have so many students, and if they all tried to reply to you at once, it would be overwhelming. But now with Stamps, it actually is really good because it's not messages coming all back to you flooding at you at once. It's just the information that you are actually requesting in a really nice way.
Yep, and the really nice thing about it, Erin, is that it aggregates the data for you. And so let's say you have 30 kids or in your case, 30 parents. So let's say there's 30 parents. 10 parents click check, 10 parents click X, 5 parents
click. So use a real
X.
example. So a teacher asks the question so that our readers can, like, our viewers can.
Yeah. So if the teacher says, what would be an example? Hey parents, did your students sign the permission slips yesterday? Or make sure your students sign the permission slip tomorrow. The parents can click a check, and so let's say 10 of them click check, 5 of them click X, and like 4 of them click a star. The teacher will immediately get all that aggregated feedback, and will say the individual name of the parent and what they chose, and we'll give them a sum. So we'll say 10 parents click check, X parents, or 5 parents click X, etc., etc. So we'll give them all that data in real time instantly.
So I can even say, like, are you going to be able to make it to the Valentine's party tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then parents can quickly just reply, or are you going to be able to make it to open house or conferences? Or,
Yep.
yeah, that's really, really nice. Or even for students, like, oh, that's incredible. Like, my wheels are just spinning right now with possibilities.
Very, very lightweight. And then, so that's number one. We're super excited about that. The second thing we launched is voice clips. And so for a really long time.
Whoa, time out. Hold on. Because I know I'm going to get really excited about this one.
Okay.
Before we go into that, so app and web interface, how is it similar or different? Like when it aggregates the data, is it like stored on the back end in the interface for the website, and then it's not as easy to see in the app, so it's like good to use both, or like what can you tell more about that?
It's definitely best to use the mobile application. So first of all, students and parents can only respond with that data on using a mobile app. They can't respond with text messaging. So the data will show up if you ask from the mobile application. If you ask from the website, you won't be able to see it. So highly recommend to use the apps. They're much simpler. They're easy to use, and you can take them on the go.
Perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to like make that clear really quick. Awesome. That's so exciting. And that's what I use the app because it's so easy and this is in my hand 24/7. So that's perfect. Okay, so now about the voice because this is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, so teachers can now record a 15-second voice recording of anything they want and send it out to students and parents, and then they can receive it as a text message or as a push notification on the Android or iPhone app, and they can listen to it. And so the reason, well, the reason we built this is because teachers have been asking for it forever, but the second reason is that when you type a message like, great job in your presentation, students, I'm so proud of you. When you physically type that with words, it's very different than when you verbally tell them with tone. And so, Erin, if you could message students, even though in this case it would be parents, if you said, I'm so proud of you, you did a great job in your presentations, awesome job everyone, I can't wait to see you tomorrow in class. It's very different than if they just get a physical message. And so that's what I'm really excited about is the tone. I think the tone will really go a long way.
I could not agree more, and that's I know you and I have had a lot of conversations, and even with other people on your team about using Voxer, which has been a really popular tool as well. And part of the conversational piece that people like about that is hearing that voice. And we talk about like the student voice and the teacher voice, and really just getting community and parent involvement as well. And there's something definitely to be said whenever you can truly hear the tone and inflection and intonation in people's voices. There's a whole other element that goes to that. So that's really cool. And I like that it's 15 seconds because like right now I'm going on and on and on and on. That's what I do. So Twitter is good for me. It's 140, and so this will be perfect.
Yeah, and then the other thing, it's still saved, so we track the history and we'll make it impossible to delete, just like all of our other messages.
Oh, good. So that will definitely please like administration. So everything's archived, and that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And so other than that, so we launched that in our 4.2 release. Of course, the product's faster. But it's primarily focused on stamps and voice clips. And then we had a big news day today. We were actually on BuzzFeed and we were on Bloomberg talking about where we're going. So it was really exciting. So thank you, Erin, and all the other teachers and especially TAB teachers who helped us build this.
Yay! And so many of us, like I love that you guys have that network too. It's incredible. We're like a little family. So that's great. So I've got another question for you. So you mentioned the update. For those people who might be going into the app, are they going to automatically see that, or is there anything that they need to do to be able to see these?
So they'll actually, first of all, anytime they type a message now, students from the app, anytime they type a message from the app, students and parents will be able to engage back, and then they'll see the aggregate view of the stamps. We'll walk the teachers through a tutorial, though, when they open the app. After a certain amount of times, a little tutorial will pop up. It's very simple, and it explains what Stamps is and how it works and how teachers can use it.
So do they have to go to the App Store and update their app?
Yeah, they should update the app. They should definitely update the app.
Perfect. I just like to say those little reminders. Otherwise, I'll get a bunch of emails. It's not working. I'm like, I know I had that same problem too. And then another thing is, oh gosh, it just slipped my mind. It'll come back to me. It was one that I didn't want to forget about either, and it totally just slipped my mind. I'll think about it in a second. No, this is super exciting news, though. I'm really, really thrilled to share it with people.
We're really excited. We think it's kind of like the next evolution of our product, moving into more of an engagement-rich product. And like what we care about, the core of everything we do is relationships between teachers and parents and teachers and students. So we think it's a step in the right direction.
I could not agree more. And in fact, just as like a teacher recommendation, what I do, and I do this when I work with people in training too, is I always tell them just to set up like a demo class for themselves. So I always just set up like fake Klein class or whatever, and I subscribe to that fake Klein class so that I can practice sending those messages. And now especially like with the stamps features and with the voice, like especially being 15 seconds, I'll probably want to send myself, just with me, a few practice messages before I send it out to all of my students' parents, so that I can practice. So I know a lot of teachers, they are so afraid to try something new, knowing that there's going to be a real audience on the other end. So I always like to just make that recommendation. Practice with yourself first, and then try it in the real class. And I always subscribe to my class, too, so that I get all the same correspondence that
now teachers, if they use the app, if they subscribe to their classes, they can get it via push notification instead of a text message.
Perfect. Brett, that's exciting stuff. Anything else that you want to say before we close? Because I wanted to keep it short.
No, I think that's it. Thanks for having me, and then just feel free to email us at contact@remind.com or just shoot us a tweet at RemindHQ. But thank you, Erin, for having me, and let us know if you have any questions, everyone.
I will. Thank you so much.
Okay, see you, Erin. Bye.
Bye.